What if Bridgerton Season 4 doesn't just follow a love story but rewrites the rules of romance entirely? What if the show's most unexpected relationship is already quietly unfolding and we're only now catching the first sparks? Season 4 is shaping up to focus on Benedict Bridgerton, which makes perfect sense considering how the show has largely followed the order of Julia Quinn's novels. But even with Benedict taking the lead, there's plenty of space to explore another compelling storyline, Francesca's. While Francesca may not take the spotlight just yet, Season 4 could still do a lot to advance her arc, especially after the surprising twist we got at the end of Season 3. For those just discovering Bridgerton, here's a quick catch-up. It's a vibrant Regency-era romance that reimagines history with bold flair, with each season diving into one Bridgerton sibling's romantic journey. Season 1 introduced us to Daphne. Season 2 followed Anthony's path, and Season 3 explored Colin's love story. So now, it's Benedict's turn. Though Netflix hasn't announced an official release date yet, Season 4 is expected to drop sometime in 2026. Benedict's romantic tale begins at the famous Bridgerton masquerade ball, where he meets Sophie Beck, a mysterious and captivating woman who instantly catches his eye. She'll be portrayed by Yarren Ha, and their romance is expected to take center stage this season. Still, Bridgerton has never been limited to just one romance per season, and that leaves the door wide open for more subtle character developments, like what's happening with Francesca. In Season 3's finale, we were introduced to Michaela Sterling, cousin to John Sterling, Francesca's new husband. Now, in the books, Francesca does marry John, but he tragically dies young. Eventually, she finds love again with his cousin, Michael. The show has taken that storyline and given it a twist by introducing Michaela instead. This gender swap opens up new possibilities for Francesca's future. Michaela is played by Masali Baduza, and the moment she meets Francesca left viewers with a lot to think about. Francesca was visibly stunned during their introduction, even hesitating when saying her own name. That kind of reaction hinted at something deeper than mere politeness. At this stage in the story, Francesca is still happily married to John, so nothing scandalous is happening yet. But the spark is unmistakable. This could be the perfect setup for a slow burn connection, mirroring the emotional buildup we saw in the books between Francesca and Michael. Nothing inappropriate happens during Francesca's marriage, but the bond they form becomes the foundation of their future love. The show could take the same route, slowly developing emotional depth between Francesca and Michaela without rushing anything or crossing any lines. Of course, it's possible that the writers might hold off on exploring this dynamic until Francesca gets her own season, likely Season 6, if Season 5 focuses on Eloise. But waiting that long might be a missed opportunity. Starting their connection now, even if it's just a few shared glances or heartfelt conversations, would give the eventual romance much more weight. It's a smart way to add complexity, not just to Francesca's character, but to the overall show. And let's not forget, Bridgerton has never shied away from tweaking the source material. Changing Michael to Michaela was a bold move, but it opens up a fresh, modern path while still keeping the emotional heartbeat of Francesca's journey. What makes this even more exciting is that Netflix has already confirmed Bridgerton for both Season 5 and Season 6. So there's no need to rush. With that kind of runway, the writers have time to let this potential relationship simmer. And since both Francesca and Michaela are confirmed to return in Season 4, that means we're likely to see at least the beginning of something between them. Subtle moments, lingering looks, conversations that carry more meaning than they let on. Francesca is still figuring herself out, and Michaela may not yet fully understand what she's feeling either. Letting this bond grow slowly could make their future story one of the most emotionally rewarding in the series. Meanwhile, Eloise is another character whose future is worth watching. While she hasn't had a season dedicated to her yet, she's become a fan favorite thanks to her wit, independence, and refusal to play by society's rules. In the books, Eloise finds herself single at 28, lonely, and eventually drawn into a romance with Sir Philip Crane, her cousin Marina's widower after a series of letters. But the Eloise we've seen on screen feels quite different from her book counterpart, far more skeptical of romance and far more independent. So it might not make sense for the show to follow that storyline exactly. If Eloise does get her own season, the writers may need to rethink how her relationship plays out to stay true to the character we've come to know. All of this brings us back to why Season 4 is such a crucial turning point for the series. While Benedict and Sophie's romance will take the lead, the writers have a real opportunity to start setting up the future for Francesca and Michaela. Even if their relationship remains just a series of subtle interactions for now, laying that emotional groundwork will make their eventual love story hit so much harder. Delaying it until Season 6 without any prior buildup would feel rushed. But if we start seeing early signs in Season 4, it gives their journey more depth and resonance. Plus, balancing Benedict's central love story with a slow-burning, emotionally layered subplot for Francesca and Michaela adds complexity to the season. It enhances Francesca's marriage to John by introducing quiet inner conflict and gives audiences something rich and meaningful to look forward to. With Netflix committed to continuing the Bridgerton saga, there's no reason not to begin this journey now. Let the slow burn begin, because when it finally ignites, it's going to be worth every second. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more Bridgerton updates. And let us know your thoughts in the comments. What do you hope to see from Francesca and Michaela's story in Season 4?